What's going on, traders? Welcome back to the Build a Trader YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be doing my weekly outlook. If you're new to the channel here, on these weekly outlooks, I cover the main pairs that I trade, which are the Nasdaq 100, USD JPY, and the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. I also cover Bitcoin, gold, and do technical analysis on oil. And to start things off, I cover the high impact and medium impact news events for this upcoming trading week. So let's dive right in here. On Monday, we have Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking at 4 a.m. On Tuesday, we have JOLTS job openings at 7 a.m. for the US dollar. And what JOLTS stands for is the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. So basically, measuring unemployment rates and job openings in the US. On Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm employment change, which is automatic data processing non-farm employment change, which reflects data unemployment rates in the US. Following that, a few hours later, at 7:30 a.m., we have crude oil inventories for the US dollar. On Thursday, there is a good amount of high-impact news, so be careful. During New York session at 5:30, there are multiple high-impact news events. We have the GDP for the Canadian dollar, we have core price index for the US dollar, and we have unemployment claims for the US dollar as well. On Friday, we have non-farm payroll, NFP, non-farm unemployment change, and what that measures is the unemployment rates in the US, and that is obviously very volatile and will impact the markets. So be careful for that. Look for good trading opportunities this week based off these news events, and we're going to dive right into the Nasdaq 100. So we can see last week we closed very bullish. We came down, retested this area of broken structure / now turned support. So let's go down to the daily time frame here and get some more details. So we can see on Thursday there was a strong bullish close. On the weekly we just had a strong bullish close. On Friday we can see that it closed as a doji, but there appears to be more sellers exhaustion than buyers exhaustion, which indicates that we should continue bullish and the momentum should continue higher. So if we drop down to the 12-hour, still kind of the same picture, so I'm going to go down a little lower to see a little more details. On the 4-hour here, I can see a few things. So we see a break, a retest, a higher high, higher low right here, and then another higher high, and a higher low possibly right here. So what I see for this pair is this resistance, the high that it made at 4,800, needs to break in order for the price to continue to 152, 15200 to 15250. And that would be approximately a 400 to 500 point move for the Nasdaq, which is very realistic. If you trade the Nasdaq, you know this thing is volatile and moves. So if right here where I have this blue arc at, if this is a higher low point, which it is looking like it if we go down to the lower time frame, we should continue bullish on this break of resistance up to this higher time frame level here. However, if this blue arc breaks, this level of support, this potential higher low breaks, we could see a larger correction down to this major level, down to 1420 where it first retested. And if we go to a higher time frame, it doesn't look like it could if this low breaks, it is going to change the direction of the market until it finds another level to make a higher low point on. But if this is respected, it's going to continue bullish. So depending on the open of this week, or today, later today in a few hours, and Monday, it should just open and push higher, but we shall see. But overall for this pair, I am bullish. Next pair, USD JPY. So last week I actually cut a few moves on this, 2 and 1, something like that, but we were profitable last week. It was a good week. So I'm going to delete these risk reward tools and let's dive right in. Yeah, last week closed strong bullish, very strong bullish. If you've been following the yen, it's been very weak, and the US dollar has been gaining significantly. As you can see on the daily time frame, it's been nothing but strong bullish candles, except for Friday. We closed bearish with sellers exhaustion. Now, that's not enough details for me to determine what's going to happen, but based off that, it looks like we could continue higher. However, it depends what these lower time frame structures are doing and what levels are being respected. because as you can see, it didn't make a higher high, and it looks like it's attempting to currently. If we go to the lower time frames, you know, we can see a previous lower high resistance broken. It needs to make a higher low, so perhaps something like this resistance here. We would need to see something like this here, then continue up and break this zone to go up to here. If that does not work, we could possibly come down here, this level, before attempting this resistance up here. Now, if this low breaks where I'm having this blue arc at, this low point breaks right here, it's going to push the market down to make a lower low point down to somewhere to this level at 120.5 or down to 120.00, which is a 200 to 150 pip move. And if this level breaks, it's going to make a lower low point and test these levels. However, if this high breaks, we're going to continue bullish. Right now, we're right in the middle of this area, so there's not a clear trade opportunity to be taken. Right now, it depends how the market opens and moves. You know, if we respect this higher low point right here where this blue line is, then it's going to continue up. However, if it breaks, it's going to come down to this blue arc and attempt to break it or respect it, and that will be the deciding factor on whether we go bullish or bearish for the Monday trading day. Alright, sorry about that, guys. There are some technical difficulties. Continuing on, we are looking at US dollar against the Canadian dollar. We can see that the US dollar has been very weak against the Canadian dollar lately. These are the arrows I've had from last week's analysis. Let's go to the daily time frame, but we can see on the weekly we closed strong bearish. We got a slight pullback last week to this level, and it just ultimately continued lower. So that's very interesting. So obviously this is very bearish. This level of structure has been broken on the daily time frame. This level of support is being broken at 125.00. It's already being violated and closed strong bearish over it with no wick exhaustion. So this is telling me we're going to get a continuation down to some of these higher time frame lower levels here. So there is a level right here at 1232 that most likely the market will come down to respect and attempt. There's a level right here where it's currently at. Okay, but as I said, it is looking violated. There's no wick exhaustion whatsoever. So it depends how this next candle opens on Monday/Sunday evening. And if we get something like this, slight pullback, one second, let me add this level of resistance. So if we get a pullback like this would be a lower high, could come up and maybe overshoot it some. But ultimately, I'm seeing this situation here, lower high to lower low continuation. Now, if this area is not respected where I have this blue line and this zone right here, this zone would be the highest point price could go before switching direction. So what would we need to see? Obviously this red arrow. However, this bullish situation does exist. There could be a strong bullish momentum candle, make a low point, pin off, and shoot higher to attempt these higher levels. But overall, I do see the Canadian dollar or USD CAD continuing going bearish for the rest of the week, and we'll look for an entry point on the retest of these broken levels here. Next, we have gold or Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin here. These are the arrows from the analysis I did last week. As you can see, this week we closed extremely bullish. We closed in 8 hours, so it should close just like this, hopefully. And what that means, though, for Bitcoin is that we are bearish. This low point never broke. We made a high, higher low. This higher low needed to break to make a lower low, but it didn't. It respected, created double bottom and triple bottom patterns, but there's multiple patterns here. This is a double bottom. If you look at the whole overall pattern, it could be triple bottom, but either way, it's a bullish reversal pattern. And where we're at currently, this blue line needs to break. This blue level of resistance and gray zone needs to break in order to continue on with this bullish analysis, as I have illustrated with these red arrows. If we zoom out, we can see clearly higher highs and higher lows are being made. This resistance looks like it's being broken or attempting to be broken currently because there is some volume in this bullish candle. However, it kind of really depends how we close because it could reject, but right now it's looking good. The highs of this candle are breaking, so we should just have some momentum to push us higher to 45,000 to 46, just a little over 46,000. And if we get that, that should just continue the bullish momentum with Bitcoin overall, because this blue area, this level of resistance, is what's been holding it down since February. So if we break that, it opens the possibility of where I have this red arrow up to 50K. But it's all dependent on if these levels can break. If there is a strong wick rejection at these areas at 46,500, 46,000 around there, it's going to continue back down to attempt some lows here and possibly break. But right now I see Bitcoin as bullish, and I think the upcoming move for the start of this week should be to the upside based off the given information. Next, we are going to look at gold. So for gold, these are the arrows I have from last week. We respected this low point, created a higher low, and slash double bottom or triple bottom, depending what time frame you look at, and broke a level of resistance and continued higher. So we broke this level here, came down to retest. Let me adjust this. Came down to retest right here, creating a higher low and a higher high. And we can see that this previous level of resistance has been tested where I had this gray zone. This gray zone was like a retest zone for me because this is a major point. Let me zoom out some. There is a point of structure and resistance here that price needs to break. And that's why we're currently struggling here on the lower time frame. But it looks like a higher low was formed last week, right here, the blue arc. And we should get a higher high, breaking this little area and continuing up to possibly $2,000 an ounce for gold. That would be a, let's see, be a 50 pip move, 40 pip move. I'm sorry, that's a pretty big move for gold. $50 move. Yeah, so I see for gold just being bullish for the rest of the week. Yeah, we closed strong bullish. Yeah, we should just continue to the upside. We should at least hit $2,000 an ounce. And if it breaks that level, then gold could possibly go to $2,050 an ounce. But it is dependent on if 2,000 breaks. Lastly, we have U.S. oil. Now, U.S. oil has been very volatile lately. If you've been watching it, gold and oil have been hot commodities, baby. So, last week, based off the red arrows, this was the situation I was saying. We could make a higher low here and then continue up, which we did. So I'm going to delete these so we can see some more details. However, oil's looking pretty bullish still, but there is a area right here that is of some slight concern. So I'm going to drag this across. These two blue levels up here are more important than this blue one down here, because as the market is right now, it's going to attempt to either break this or create a double top at 115.5, around there, 115, 115.5. And if we respect that, it's going to come down like this as such and possibly test the stronger level at $95 an ounce before breaking to continue lower or making a higher low point and trying to attempt these highs here. So I'm going to delete a few of these levels as some are more important than others. So we have a major level here, like I said, at $95. We have this short-term level of resistance that needs to be broken at around 115. But yeah, I see oil, at least the first move, pushing down to $95 a barrel, around there where I have this red arrow. And then after that, it depends how the market reacts from here. It could go lower, or we could create a higher low and continue higher to attempt these previous highs. But that's all I see for oil for this upcoming week. And that's all I have for this weekly outlook video, guys. Thanks for watching to the end. Please like, subscribe, and follow on the Instagram. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.